To find the zeros in this same problem, we're going to factor it using the graphic organizer, or you can call it the box. Put 3x squared here. And remember, we moved the 4 that was here over to the left side, which made it minus 4. Okay? And it equals 0, so now I can factor this side. And now I need to find what two numbers will multiply to 12 that will add to negative 4. And hopefully you say negative 6 and positive 2. So that means negative 6x and positive 2x. So now we label the sides of our box here. And we know that these two numbers are right because that should be negative 12. Negative 6 times positive 2 gives me negative 12. And how did I get negative 12? I multiplied A and C. And then I put the B term in the middle here because that's what we're adding to, which is negative 6 and positive 2. So then I can label, and I have to put the 3x here because 3 will not go into 2 evenly, and then the 1x goes here because 3 times 1 is 3, x times x is x squared. And then how do I get negative 6x with 3x already here? I'm missing a negative 2. And then I already have 1x and I need 2x, so I need to multiply by positive 2. So now my factors are 3x plus 2 and then 1x minus 2. Now there is a shortcut that shows no conceptual understanding, so if you want to see the shortcut real quick, you would finish this x factor here and put an x there and divide by the a, so divide by 3. Excuse me. And then this one reduces, so 6 divided by 3 is 2. That gives you x minus 2, which is him. This one doesn't reduce, so you take the denominator and move him in front, so it would be 3x plus 2, which is that one. So you can do either or. Now that we have our factors, I'm going to write that down, these are factors, we can find the zeros by setting them equal, each factor equal to 0.
Okay.
And then we have to isolate the x by subtracting 2, doing the inverse operation. And then we divide by 3. And now I have my negative 2/3, which is what we got when we used the quadratic formula on the previous video. And then when we take the x minus 2 and do the inverse operation, it's minus, so I add, and x equals 2. And that is also the same solution we got when we used the quadratic formula. So now, since that didn't take very much time, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to check both of those solutions using menu 331 in the calculator. If I go to the calculator screen and type menu 3 for algebra, 3 for polynomial tools, and find the roots, number 1, I do have a degree of 2 because the exponent was squared. I do have real roots, so I'm going to press enter. And now this is just saying plug in A, B, and C. So I'm going to do that. And A, B, and C from earlier was 3, negative 4, and negative 4. Press enter 3 times, and it gives you the solution set, which is the same two numbers we just got, negative 2 and negative 2/3 and positive 2. Again, negative 2/3, positive 2. Negative 2/3, positive 2. Sorry about that. So I'm going to document what I did in this box. We typed in 3, negative 4, 4. and it told us roots of the polynomial. And the answer came out as a solution set, and you need to know that. The x-intercepts would be the same answers, which would be -2 thirds, comma 0, and 2, comma 0. Those are the x-intercepts, better known as the zeros. So if you notice, I used 4 different words, and I want to make sure that you have an acronym that you can use to help remember those 4 words. Rocks, roots, zeros, x-intercepts, solutions. We told the calculator, I want to find the roots, press enter 3 times, found the solution set, that was our answer, and now I'm writing that same answer in order pairs because solutions for quadratic equations are x-intercepts. So if I make the y a 0, those are x-intercepts, which is another reason why we use the word zeros. Now, the last thing I want to show you is the trick in the graphing screen. And the code is menu 61. So I'm going to ask the calculator to give me a graphing screen. I hit Control to do that. And I'm going to type in the quadratic equation, 3x squared minus 4x minus 4. The squared I got next to the 4 on the calculator, the x squared button. And so it gives me my 2 solutions right there where it crosses the x-axis. So when you do there and there. So when you do menu and you go down to analyze, because that's what we're doing, we're analyzing the graph, what word do you see? 0. One of the words in our rocks, R-O-X-S, zeros. It's the second letter. So anyway, I press enter, and it says lower bound, so that just means take the dotted line and go to the left of the first 0. Press enter, it changes to upper bound, and scroll over and you will see there the answer is -0.667. That's -2 thirds. Now because the other 0 is over here on the right side of the y-axis, it'll show me if I keep scrolling. It won't, well, it didn't on this one, so sorry. Let me escape and menu 61 again. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I haven't quite figured out when it does and when it doesn't. I thought it was when one was on one side and one on the other, but it didn't show it this time. So I'm going to go to the middle, because now what I'm doing is going to the left of this 0. And then I'm going to click, press enter, click, and when I did, you notice it changed to upper bound. So then I'm going to scroll over, and now you see the other 0, which is 2, 0. Some people say, this is too much, I just want to use the menu 331, that's fine. But you need to have more than one option just in case you forget how to do the other. If you press enter again, it will cause it to just stick and stay. And then you can hover the hand over it, click, and the hand closes. And then you can drag it up and release and then see that it is 2, 0. And so I'm just going to quickly draw that here. And label, you are -2 thirds, you are +2, better known as 2, 0 and -2 thirds 0. And these are what? My x-intercepts, better known as my zeros. And now you have completed what we will do in class and practice next time. The quadratic formula, factoring it, and then setting it equal to 0, menu 331, and now you know what it looks like in the calculator. Good luck next time.